Welcome into the Big Orange Jungle here at Parkview High School in Gwinnett County. The Walton Raiders visiting the Panthers of Parkview. Sorry about our technical difficulties that have led to missing the first half of the girls' high school soccer match of the week, presented by Kaiser Permanente. I'm Jason Longshore. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, however you're doing so. Walton with a 3-0 lead at the halftime break. Walton comes into this ranked number 2 in 7A in the early season rankings, according to scoreboard.com. 3-1-1 on the year for the Raiders, trying to get to 4-1-1 if they can maintain this lead. The 3 goals Parkview's conceded are the first 3 goals Parkview has conceded in all of 2023. They came into this match at a perfect 3-0-0 and ranked number 4 in 7A, according to scoreboard.com. The goals, Molly Chapman opened the scoring in the 11th minute. Emma Graham made it 2-0 in the 26th, and Brooke Merlin made it 3-0 in the 36th minute. We're about 80 seconds away from second half action. Boys kickoff will be approximately 7:55. And if you're listening on the Soccer Down Here app or soccerdownhere.net live, that will be a separate broadcast. So you might have to refresh to get the live feed back in. Looks like Walton is going to take care of business here. This has been a very strong team this season. They come in after a scoreless draw, a little bit disappointing if you don't know the situation. It was Saturday afternoon at Lassiter, and if you were outside on Saturday afternoon, you probably wish that you weren't. It was cold, it was windy, it was rainy, it was miserable. The match, scoreless draw, maybe not the most entertaining of scoreless draws. Prior to that, Walton had won at Pope on February 7th. 2-1 win in overtime over Harrison at home on February 4th. The only loss of the season for the Raiders was at Lovett on February 2nd. Parkview, they were 3-0-0 coming into this. Wins on the road at Peachtree Ridge and at North Gwinnett. And last Friday, an 8-0 win against Discovery here at the Big Orange Jungle. Coming up next, Parkview will be on the road at Newton on February 21st, back here to host Archer on the 24th, and then back-to-back road games at South Gwinnett and at Grayson. Walton follows this one up with a home match against Wheeler on Friday the 17th, and then a really tricky one on the road at Blessed Trinity February 24th, and then they host Stars Mill on February 28th. Walton having their final conversation in front of their bench. Parkview coming out of the locker room. Going to try to find an answer to the Raiders' control of that first 40 minutes. 3-0 was a representative scoreline of the way that it played out. The Raiders were the ones creating chances. Parkview had a few, and maybe one of their better ones late on a free kick right at the end of the half, but unable to convert, and it's going to need to be a change of energy for the Panthers and Stephen Gaffney, the head coach. Danny Kleinett getting his boys ready to go for the nightcap. Jason Page, the head coach of the Walton Raiders, very happy with what he's seeing so far. Two of the storied programs in GHSA soccer, Parkview with 16 state championships across the boys and girls, 9 of those on the girls' side. Walton with 8 combined state championships. Parkview now ready to go in their orange tops, navy shorts, orange socks. Walton in the all white. Raiders will be moving from left to right on your radio dial. Panthers moving from right to left. Curious to see how the Panthers start this half. They're going to have to get very aggressive and take some big chances to get back into this. Walton in the first half really controlled the left side of the pitch. Haley Schutz and Molly Chapman, the left back and left wing respectively. Complete control of that side of the pitch. Goals from Chapman, from Graham, from Merlin have the Raiders in the lead 3-0 as we get ready to kick off second half action here at the Big Orange Jungle. Carl Bostic Field, Parkview High School. Let's kick it for 40 minutes. Parkview trying to chase this one, trailing 3-0 at the break. Panthers trying to build up the play in their own half. Looking for options down the right. Marley Camp headed back inside. Panthers regain possession. Here comes Parkview moving from right to left. Turned over, but they regain possession. Ella Price out wide to the right to Sydney Steele. Keeps it moving. Walton comes away with it. Raiders with the through ball down the left side. Here comes Walton into the edge of the final third, cutting it back, overlapping run, brilliantly played, dribbling into the 18, into the 6, save at the near post by Hannah Schaff.
Well done by Hannah Schaff.
Walton trying to put the game away early in the second half, first minute, by Hannah Schaff with a big save at her near post. Raiders in possession in their own half. Now exploring the right side. Gets all the way through, but Panthers have it under control. Played back to Schaff by Anna Brasunius, freshman center back. Schaff plays it up the right side, looking for the flick on it, finds Steele. Give and go, little over hit there. Steele doesn't have the wheels to get on the end of it. Shoots, doesn't connect on the pass, looking for Chapman. Battle in the middle third. Panthers win it. Here comes Parkview down the right. Steele. Edge of the final third, into the 18, trying to find the angle for the cross. Denied the first time, cuts it back, does get the cross in, but it's easily handled by Laura Niederpurum. Junior goalkeeper for the Raiders, keeping the clean sheet so far. Parkview earns a throw on the left side, about 20 yards from goal. Thrown in corner of the 18. Dispossessed. Here come the Raiders. Trying to play out of their defensive third. They do. On the right side of the pitch, pulled back by Angelina Norbasheft. Norbasheft plays that inside. Cleared away. Throw for Walton. Raiders settle, but Parkview comes away with it. Looking through the middle for Kathleen Gulafak. Cleared by Walton, but Parkview momentarily won it in the center circle. Play opens up for Walton on the left. Always looking to start the attacks there. Spinning back outside, looking for the cross. Pulled back, shoots, puts it into the 18, headed to the back post, left-footed shot scuffed, wide, goal kick, Parkview.
Goal kick coming for the Panthers.
Hannah Schaff will take the goal kick. 36-20 on the clock. Parkview trailing 3-0. Flicked on into the center circle. Gulafak pulls it back. Came off the hand. It's going to be a free kick for Walton right at midfield. Played short, intercepted, but not controlled. Throw for Walton on the far side. Thrown in down the line. Raiders trying to find the angle for the cross. It's blocked out. It'll be a throw in the attacking third on the far side for Walton. Gonna run down the match ball first. Clock ticking away from the Panthers. Raiders throw on that far side, thrown in short. Kathleen Gulafak comes back to regain possession for the Panthers, trying to lead the break. Plays it into the center circle to her sister Christine, but that's intercepted. Parkview having to get a little more direct. Walton comes away with it. And now they're in control in the attacking half. Overlapping run out wide on the left from Schutz. Schutz dribbles past one. Can she get the cross in with the left foot? Yes, she can. Headed away at the top of the 6. Long range half volley from about 25 yards out is over the bar. Goal kick, Parkview. Clearance on that cross from Schutz was well played by Marla Camp. But the half volley from about 25 yards out, optimistic effort for the Raiders, but when you have a 3-0 lead, you can be pretty optimistic. Play to the edge of the attacking third. Walton still in control. Now down the right side. Cross in, blocked down. Angelina Norbehest had that cross blocked by Brazunius. Gigi Cates into the match for Walton. She's going to take this throw about 25 yards from goal on the right. Parkview trying to play their way out of trouble. Cates comes back to regain possession for Walton. Played inside by Claire McInnes. Sliding challenge. Parkview comes away with it. Opportunity here to break if they can take it 3v3. Panthers, a long shot wide of the far post. Looked like a slip as well. Christine Gulafak hit that from about 25 yards, but it looked like her plant leg started to go out from underneath her as she went to hit it. That was actually Sydney Steele who took that, cutting inside. Steele just lost her footing enough to not get enough on that. Parkview regains possession off the goal kick from Walton. Steele on the right. Looking to turn. Long curling run does pay off. Parkview in the attacking third. Played back 30 yards from goal on the right side. Gulafak beats one on the dribble. Long shot wide of the far post.
That shot was by Kathleen Gulafak.
Open the hips a bit too much. 32 and a half left. Parkview starting to get some momentum, though. Just haven't been able to open the scoring for them yet. Walton leading 3-0. Trying to go to 4-1-1 on the season. Here come the Raiders through the middle of the pitch. Through ball attempt looking for Chapman. Does get to Chapman. Her long diagonal does not connect, so it'll be a goal kick for Parkview. Once again, thanks to our presenting sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. Big help to get us covering soccer all over the state of Georgia, whether it's our live shows in conjunction with the Flood Project, whether it is Soccer is in Session, our Wednesday night show on high school and college soccer around the state. Kaiser Permanente has been essential for our growth, and it can be essential for you as well. Throw in for Parkview in their defensive third on the far side. Throwing up the line looking for Steele. It's cleared away from her. Raiders find an option down the left side. Cut back. 1v2 over there for Walton. Cross is deflected. It's going to be a corner for the Raiders. Hannah Schaff disagreed. Referee's whistle. ends up trumping the disagreement.
Corner kick coming for the Raiders.
Will be an in-swinging corner from the far side. Walton with 7 players inside the 18-yard box. Into the 6. Schaff punches it away. Good goalkeeping from Hannah Schaff, but it's still there for the Raiders. Heavy touch, and Parkview wants to break now. Steele up the right side for Gulafak. She does get there just before it goes over the touchline. Gulafak into the 18, shot blocked. Flag goes up on the far side. I believe it came off the hand of the defender. Yes, it did. Penalty, Parkview.
PK coming for the Panthers.
A long run from Gulafak. Beat the defender, got the shot off, and the defender's arm was just extended away from the body enough. No hesitation from the AR on the far side who put the flag up. Referee wasn't close enough to be able to call that initially. AR helps out. Penalty to try to cut the lead to 3-1. Gulafak standing over it, top of the 18, looks away from the goal initially, waiting on the whistle. Big opportunity here for Parkview. Slow approach, drifting to the left. Shots, goal, goal, goal. Parkview, 3-1. They trail. Kathleen Gulafak, 6th goal of the season. 4th in her last 2 games. And with 29:57 left on the clock, Walton leading 3-1 now against the Parkview Panthers. Could be a very interesting finish here at the Big Orange Jungle. Kickoff played backwards by Walton. See how they respond to conceding. Kathleen Gulafak fighting for the ball in the attacking half. Helps force it over to the right to Steele. Steele out wide to Ella Price. Price dribbling back right to left. Tries to play Gulafak. Gulafak heavy touch. An opportunity there for Kathleen Gulafak once again. Just couldn't quite get inside. Walton has to scramble it clear on the far side. Throw Parkview. Panthers might have Walton rattled just a little bit. Thrown into Kathleen Gulafak. Turns, faces goal, tries to cut that back. It's cleared over to the left side. Parkview still in possession. Christine Gulafak can't turn quickly enough. That'll be a goal kick for Walton. And they can catch their breath just a bit with 29 minutes left. The Raiders leading Parkview 3-1, 3 first-half goals. But Parkview has just cut that lead down a bit. Played back inside. Panthers combining through the middle of the pitch. Good combination play right in the middle. Through ball attempt does not connect, but Parkview regains possession near midfield. Brazunius. Gulafak. Into the 18, right-footed shot wide of the near post.
That shot was by Alex Gibb, just outside.
Alex Gibb with a really good opportunity on the combination play. It fell to Gibb, got into the 18, tried to beat the goalkeeper, Niederpruem, at the near post. Just couldn't get that inside of that near post. Still 3-1 Walton. Goal kick played short by Niederpruem. And now it's the Raiders over on the left side. It's been a fruitful side of the pitch for them so far. Not this time. Losing possession. Parkview flicks that inside, but it's Walton who regains possession. They're trying to work it up the left flank. Chapman has dropped back to help build up the play. Shoots with the overlap. Doesn't find her. Parkview blocks a couple of passes, but it's out for a throw. Walton took that throw possibly a little too early. I'm not really sure why the referee blew the whistle to stop the play. Don't think the Walton staff understood why that was stopped either. Jason Page throwing his arms up, and now the throw-in is from further up the pitch than it was before. Throw for Parkview. Deflects out, so it's a throw for the Panthers. Walton tried to take that throw quickly, and they had, and it had connected, but it was brought back, and then they don't connect. Panthers on the far side of the pitch. Deflection falls to Kathleen Gulafak. Can't turn the corner. Good defending from the Raiders. Played back to the back line. Raiders keeping possession. Cates, who had that strong stick on Gulafak, plays it into the middle. Parkview tries to come away with it. Can't keep control. Raiders try to open it up on the left with Schutz. Overhit pass. Throw Parkview. 26 minutes left on the clock. Panthers trailing 3-1. Raiders in the attacking half. That's played through. It's going to get all the way through into the 18. Great recovery from Brazunius. And Brazunius is able to turn it to the outside. Now, Walton player goes down. Brazunius was trying to turn that in possession. Clock's going to be stopped. Let's see how this is handled at 25:45 on the clock. So it's a yellow card to Brazunius, who had possession of that. The left arm might have come out as she was trying to shield off the Walton attacker who had turned into a defender. But a yellow card was issued to Brazunius, but a foul was called on Walton. No, it doesn't look like it's a foul because we're going to start with a drop ball. So the clock was just stopped for a yellow card incident with Brazunius, but it was not a foul. That's why it's not a penalty for Walton. And Parkview will be back in possession after the drop ball. Bizarre scenes right there. Not sure how Brazunius earned a yellow without committing a foul, but Walton regains possession off of the drop kick from Schaff. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. It made zero sense. Played long. Walton in possession now. Parkview with the high press as they're trailing by 2 with 25.5 left. Steele nearly forces a turnover. Throw Parkview on the far side, 30 yards from goal. Thrown into Kathleen Gulafak, turning to her left. Gulafak tries to hit Gibb on the through ball. Falls back outside. Parkview in possession. Nothing doing, so they go backwards. Trying to find the option. It's played to the back line. Camp plays it forward. Popped into the attacking third, but Walton clears. Raiders trying to gain control. A little bit of head tennis in the middle third. It's Parkview who does come away with it. Here come the Panthers looking for Gibb. Pass overhit. Raiders play it back inside. Nice ball from Brooke Merlin. Trying to switch it over to the left side. It's overhit, so it's a throw Parkview. Brazunius has not come back into the match yet, but it looks like she's about to. Yellow card issued just a few minutes ago. Throw Parkview, trailing 3-1. Thrown into Kathleen Gulafak at midfield. Spinning to her right. Played up the line for Steele. Steele's got a long run and runs out of real estate. 120-yard pitch. Needed to be about 125, and Steele would have run that one down. It's going to be a goal kick after substitutions. Lauren Niederpruem
plays it up the left side.
Steele regains possession for Parkview, wants to turn the corner to the outside, earns the throw. Panthers throw 20 yards from goal. Thrown into Gibb, flicks it inside. Gulafak unable to get a touch. Walton clears. Brazunius back into the match. Passes forward, but the Raiders regain possession. Great ball from Cates. Here come the Raiders up the right side. Long ball down that right side. Camp is there for Parkview, but she's under pressure. Can she keep possession? Both players go down. Looked like both might have lost their footing. Camp's able to clear. Parkview trying to work it over to the right side to Steele. Comes up short. Raiders moving forward. Shoots. Denied. Raiders regain possession. Middle of the pitch. Trying to combine there. Panthers close that down 3v2 defensively. Played into the middle. Heavy touch from Gulafak, but she's able to get the second one out wide to the right to Steele. Back to Kathleen Gulafak near midfield. Spins backwards under a lot of pressure, able to find Brazunius. Brazunius plays it through the middle. Diagonal out to the left. Comes up short of Christine Gulafak. Raiders regain possession. They look for the long ball down the right side. Walton 1v1 with Brazunius. Strong challenge, big tackle, won by the freshman Brazunius. Katie Jamison trying to get into the 18. First time in a while Jamison's been kept off the board so far. Had a hat trick in the opener against Johns Creek. 5 goals on the year, 1 assist for one of Walton's senior captains, Katie Jamison. Throw for Walton. 15 yards from goals. Played back. Trying to combine. Parkview's able to gain a throw. Throw up the line for the Panthers. Over the head of Merlin. Christine Gulafak trying to regain possession. Can't do so. Merlin comes away with it for Walton. Overhit cross. Run down by Hannah Schaff. Boys game will kick off about 7:55 tonight. You can listen to that here on the SDH app or on soccerdownhere.net. It will be a separate program, so you might have to hit refresh if you're listening via the live programming. Walton, possession, attacking third, moving to the left. Double team. Parkview comes away with it, but they foul to do so. Edge of the 18, right on the corner on the left side for Walton. Big opportunity here for the Raiders midway through the second half. Walton with the 3-1 lead. 3 first-half goals, Chapman, Graham, and Merlin. Kathleen Gulafak cut it to 3-1 from the spot in the second half, but it's remained there for a little while. This will be an in-swinging free kick from the far side. 19 yards from goal, curled in off the base of the near post and out. Walton regains possession, shot into the side, netting. Raiders unable to take advantage. What an effort there off the base of the near post. Nearly making it 4-1. Header away by Parkview. It was Jamison from the free kick. Parkview's able to clear. Walton feeling it right now, though. They'd love to find that 4th goal. Dribbling run, dodging the referee successfully. Raiders still in the attacking half. Great cutback by Brooke Merlin. Sophomore with her first goal of the season tonight. Long ball down the left side does connect for Walton. I think it was overhit initially, but it did fall to a Raiders attacker. Merlin plays it out wide to the left. Cross in, top of the 6. Schaff lets this one bounce. Parkview trying to clear. 2 attempts. Shot blocked on the goal line. It's a corner for Walton. Hectic scenes inside the 18-yard box for the Panthers, but somehow they avoid conceding goal number 4. Multiple opportunities there. Jamison had one of them for the Raiders. The cross, I think, confused Schaff just a bit with the spin on it because she let it bounce, and when it hit the ground, it kind of checked up. Walton low corner flicked on over the bar. 17 and a half left. Parkview trailing 3-1. Trying to maintain their perfect record on the season. They come into this 3-0-0. They had not conceded before tonight. And now they're trying to rescue a result against the Walton Raiders. Schaff's goal kick comes up a little short. Parkview trying to play out of their own half. Through the middle to Kathleen Gulafak, the goal scorer for the Panthers. She's able to fight through traffic and regain possession. Long ball down the right side to Steele. What a ball from Kathleen Gulafak. Steele's able to get there, get a touch into the 18. Can't turn the corner. Great 1v1 defending by Haley Schutz. And a shirt tug by Steele. It'll be a free kick for Walton. Steele had the speed advantage there on Schutz and got to the ball first, but what was impressive about it is Schutz was able to maintain control, knowing that Steele on that full speed wasn't going to be able to really control a turn. Schutz was able to step in after losing the initial touch and regain possession. It's just great reading of the game from the sophomore Haley Schutz. Parkview in the middle third, trying to find a way out. Camp on the far side. Pass takes a deflection. Raiders unable to keep possession. Throw Parkview. 10 yards in the attacking half. Kathleen Gulafak trying to turn and get up the right side. Still on it, running out of room though. Gets the cross in. It's caught by Niederprum. Laura Niederprum rolls this through the middle, and Walton is able to kickstart an attack pretty quick, and here they come into the attacking half. Here they go into the attacking third long-range shot right into the arms of Hannah Schaff. Great, quick attack from Walton. Good shot, maybe rushed just a bit. Schaff, good positioning, made that a pretty easy save. We've got subs right now.
Boys starting lineup to the press box. We would appreciate it. Walton boys starting.
It was Jamison who had gotten through in that last touch for Walton. Saved by Schaff. Still 3-1. Raiders leading Parkview. But it's Parkview with a throw that they lose possession of on the far side. Walton will take the throw. Into the attacking half. Here come the Raiders. Still committing numbers forward. Front three, very dangerous. Cutback does not pay off. Gibb comes away with it for Parkview. Walton regains possession. Strong work in the midfield there as Gibb was denied. Camp with a clearance for the Panthers. Christine Gulafak, who's moved over to the right side now, regains possession for Parkview. Tries to play her sister Kathleen. Walton comes away with it. Here come the Raiders, 4v4. Played inside. Raiders connect. Jamison plays into the 18. Arm was out from Camp. No foul called. Here comes Parkview. I think that might have come off the chest of Camp first before it caught her arm that was extended. Hayden Jenkins regaining possession for the Raiders. Great cut back by Merlin. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins, left-footed cross. Unable to be controlled. Parkview's able to scramble it away. But they're running out of time. 13 minutes left. Walton leading 3-1. And Walton is in control of possession inside their own half. Goalkeeper Niederpruem. Her pass intercepted by Christine Gulafak. Gibb tries to turn, loses possession. Walton on it. Cleared away at midfield. Heavy collision as well. Parkview with a strong play because the Raiders were trying to break down the right side. Angelina Norbehecht tried to play that across. Was denied. But a heavy price paid. Trying to get a number on that. I believe it was Isabel Tinker. She's going to have to leave the match momentarily after that collision. Under her own power, she's okay. Throw for Walton at midfield. Steele back into the match for Parkview. Panthers trying to clear out of their defensive third. They do find their way out. Brianna Salcido leads the charge for Parkview. Knocked out for a throw. Last touch by Molly Chapman, who's dropped a little bit deeper onto the pitch for Walton. Throw Panthers. Taken by Ryan Utley. Headed forward over the head of Steele, who's on the left now. Salcido unable to control. Utley knocks it forward for Parkview. Still in the attacking half for the Panthers, cleared by Walton. Not controlled by Jamison. But Raiders regain possession through the center circle. Flicked on by Jamison, out wide to the left. Parkview comes away with it. Kathleen Gulafak able to turn. Gulafak holds off a defender. Plays out wide to the right. Christine Gulafak. Back to Kathleen. Kathleen turns. Great turn to her left. Combination, Gibb and Salcido. Long-range shot from Gibb. Comfortable save for Elora Niederpruem. Ten and a half minutes left. Walton leading 3-1 at Parkview tonight. Two of the top teams in 7A, according to scoreboard.com, so far in the Georgia high school season. Two schools with very strong pedigrees and two schools that I would expect we will see making deep runs in the state tournament later in April. Good early season test here. Walton so far passing it. Played into the 18. Shot flicked on wide. Jamison almost found her first goal of the night. Tried to hit that quickly off the bounce. Just trying to flick that in. Schaff was frozen. Shot goes wide. Goal kick. Played in by Schaff. Headed forward, looking for Jamison for Walton. Camp under a lot of pressure from Jamison, forces the turnover. Jamison picks it up, edge of the 18. Tackled away by Camp and cleared. Long clearance. Gulafak. Christine to Kathleen. Kathleen can't get on the end of the second ball. Walton, nice passing on the left side. They get out of trouble there. Into the attacking half. Now back to the right. Raiders all the way across to the right. Merlin pops it forward. Run down by Jamison. Cleared. Corner. Walton. .850 on the clock. Parkview needs two more to level this. Things were looking good for them after the penalty conversion by Kathleen Gulafak, but they haven't had many chances of high quality since then. Katie Jamison, corner, played to the back post. Header popped up in the air, high and wide. Goal kick, Parkview. Thanks, as always, to our friends at Beyond Goals Mentoring, Greg Garza, Michael Parkhurst, Atlanta United legends. Friday appearances on the Soccer Down Here morning show. You can always look for those at soccerdownhere.net or wherever you get your podcasts. Walton regains possession off of the goal kick, played to the top of the 18. Camp gets a boot in, trying to clear now under serious pressure. Forced out wide into the corner. Marley Camp is able to hold off the attacker and get the free kick. If you're a high school player, high school parent, and you don't know about Beyond Goals Mentoring, check out beyondgoalsmentoring.org. You can follow them on social media as well. It's a little different each platform, so just search for Beyond Goals Mentoring. And check out Soccer Down Here every Friday when Greg Garza and Michael Parkhurst join the show. Raiders back in possession, middle third, into the attacking half, now into the final third, but Marley Camp denies another opportunity. Big second half for the junior. Camp has been a player of the match at least once this season for Parkview. Another strong performance tonight. Raiders cross from the left, caught by Schaff at the near post. Schaff waving players forward. Parkview's got to start taking even more chances now. 6.5 minutes left. Trailing by 2. 3-1 Walton. Walton intercepts the punt. And they do find control. Raging into the attacking third, but once again it's Marley Camp. Camp tries to dribble out, does. Sliding challenge, Walton player down, but Parkview in possession. Kathleen Gulafak turning to her right. Trying to find space on that right side. Walton shuts it down, concedes the throw. In the attacking half now, Panthers trying to find a match ball. Thrown in down the line, Christine Gulafak. Plays back to Kathleen Gulafak. She lets it ride. Salcido plays it into the attacking third. Down the line. Christine Gulafak, cross, top of the 6, caught by Niederprum. Laura Niederprum, no hesitation coming off her line that time. Rolls it out to Claire McInnes. McInnes keeps it moving. Now it's down the left side. Walton getting into the attacking half so quickly. Into the 18. Played across. Doesn't let it ride. Jamison gets a touch. Looks for the second ball. It's denied by Camp. Walton back on it, though. Top of the 18. Curling shot over the bar. Goal kick Parkview. But Marley Camp having an impressive night for the Panthers. Seemingly shutting down everything in these last 5 minutes. There's less than that left here for Parkview to try to find an equalizer. 4:45 left on the clock. Goal kick intercepted by Brooke Merlin. Walton in possession in the attacking half. Patient pullback from Molly Chapman, who's dropped into a holding midfield position. Jamison, top of the 18, to her left. Slips a pass through. What a ball from Jamison. What a goal for Walton. Goal, 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 Raiders. Jamison with the turn to the left and just a perfect, delicate little pass slipped through. And Walton makes it 4-1.
By Emma Graham, as we can tell. Score Parkview, Walton 4, Parkview 1.
I believe that was Hannah Ellsworth who got the goal for Walton. Try to get that confirmed before we're done. 4-1, Walton Raiders. 4:20 on the clock. Ball's back in play. Parkview bombing forward. Gibb looking for the run of Gulafak. Steele out on the left, turns outside. Looking for Gulafak, cleared away, throw Parkview on the near side. Emma Graham with the goal for Walton. Incredible pass from Katie Jamison. For Graham, that's her fourth goal of the season, second of the night. Header into the 18. Kathleen Gulafak unable to turn that on frame. Shot goes wide. Goal kick, Walton. Katie Jamison's night is likely done as she checks out with 3:20 on the clock. Hannah Ellsworth checks into the match now. 4-1 to Walton here at Parkview. Goal kick by Niederprum. Walton in possession on the right side. Gigi Cates drops it back. Ellsworth trying to find the long ball, unable to do so. Headed away by Brazunius. Walton in possession in their own half. Clock under 3 minutes left. 4-1 lead for the Raiders, and they're looking for more. Played up the left side. Great first touch. Brazunius comes back across. Nice recovery from the freshman. Clears. Parkview trying to flip the field quickly. Christine Gulafak, pass knocked out for a throw. Parkview will take it in front of the Walton bench. Thrown in up the line. Raiders clear. They're in possession in the attacking half. Nice dribbling run here for the Raiders. Shot into the far side netting. Goal, goal, goal. Walton Raiders 5-1. Quick dribble. Hannah Schaff frozen inside the 6-yard box. And shot perfectly placed into the far side netting. No chance to get there. Walton convincingly winning in the Big Orange Jungle. 2:07 left, 5-1 Walton. Angelina Norbehecht with that one. Second goal of the season for Angelina Norbehecht. Parkview just trying to find a second one here. Kathleen Gulafak cleared away from her. 90 seconds left on the clock. Walton will be a team that you're going to have to look at as possibly the best in 7A. They came into this ranked number 2, Buford ranked number 1, Parkview ranked number 4. This is maybe one of the most impressive wins so far this season across the GHSA. Walton trying to get into the attacking half and looking for another one. That's denied, knocked back to Schaff. With this result, Walton will have defeated 2 of the top 5 teams, and they're one of them, in Scoreboard's top 5 rankings in 7A. They defeated Harrison in overtime earlier this season, and now this one over Parkview. 30 seconds left on the clock. Parkview trying to find goal number 2. Kathleen Gulafak looking for the overlapping run of Steele. The pass is over hit. Elora Niederprum catches and wanted to let the clock run as much as possible, but a Walton player's down near the bench, so the clock is stopped at 8.3 left. Other scores, Lassiter and Allatoona. Lassiter leading 3-2 in that one. Remember, Lassiter and Walton scoreless draw on Saturday. A frigid, windy, miserable, scoreless draw with the conditions that afternoon. But Lassiter trying to bounce back with a win against Allatoona. They're leading 3-2 late in the first half in that, or late in the second half in that one. Walton player receiving treatment on the far side. Back to her feet, off the field under her own power, and that will likely do it once we restart with 8.3 left. A couple other scores here going on around the GHSA right now. Fayette County, they move to 1-0 in the region, 10-0 win over North Clayton. Annabelle Orozco, 4 goals in that one. One of the leading scorers you're going to find in GHSA play. But this win for Walton, a big marker for the Raiders. Back underway, clock ticking down. Again, that's going to do it. Niederpruem just stands over it. 5-1 win for the Walton Raiders tonight at Parkview. Such an impressive performance from the Raiders. There's the horn. And they get the win to go to 4-1-1 on the season. Next up for Walton, they're back home on Friday as they host Wheeler before a huge match Tuesday night, 5 p.m., Walton at Blessed Trinity. Stars Mill will visit Walton on February 28th to finish out the month. Parkview falls to 3-1-0 on the season. These were the first goals that the Panthers conceded all year. They'll try to bounce back on next Tuesday at Newton. They have the weekend off. They're at Newton on Tuesday the 21st at 5:30, and then back here at home in the Big Orange Jungle against Archer on the 24th. They finish out the month at South Gwinnett on February 28th. We'll get you caught up on other scores around the state on Soccer is in Session, our Wednesday night look at soccer in schools in Georgia. We talk about the college game, the high school game, all of the intersections between the two. That posts at 7 o'clock on the SDH network, wherever you get your Soccer Down Here podcasts. Or you can listen on our free app, which you can download from Android or the Apple App Store, iOS. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with a new broadcast. If you're listening live and you want to listen to the boys' game, it will be a separate program starting in about 10 minutes. Walton and Parkview boys soccer action from here at Parkview High School. The Big Orange Jungle, Carl Bostic Field. We'll be back shortly. Thank you to everybody who checked out this abbreviated broadcast. Sorry about the technical difficulties that prevented the first half from being broadcast. But Walton Raiders fans are going to be happy about what they heard. 5-1 win on the road over Parkview. Jason Longshore signing off for Soccer Down Here.